These trees here are called vetiver. They're called Lyristidia. And they're an amazing tree. They're a leguminous tree. Also, you can just take a branch and stick it in the ground, and it'll grow. Like put it, drill a hole or make a hole about, 12 inches or something. You can put bigger poles in, deeper, and they'll grow into like a living fence post. Or you can plant them closer and do it like a hedge. I'm going to be planting a lot more, but at some point. So, this area down here, it's kind of like a triangle-shaped area because the road goes down and then goes back. And that area is some of the rough soil on the farm, but I'm working on regenerating it with compost, mulch, and stuff. But when I had the guy here about a month or two ago, with the bulldozer fixing the roads, I also had him terrace this area a little bit. So, that area had a lot of citruses planted, but they never did too good. But it'll get better. These are grapefruit trees along here. There's some starting to grow on there. But this area, up there, higher up in the farm has really, really good soil. This whole section of the farm is not really too good. Heavy red clay, and it needs.
What type of citrus did you have planted before?
Okay, so there's grapefruits along the road, then a line of navel oranges, and Valencia oranges, and Tangelos, and then like 6 kinds of mandarins.
Okay.
Up in this area, this is mostly all avocados, 6 different varieties of avocados. And then there's the cocoa palms, like every 15 feet. And there's cacao trees. I lost some from the hurricane, but I recently replanted more. There was actually a huge tree over here that for years I wish it wasn't there. It was making shade and causing the avocados to go bent. And that tree fell in Hurricane Fiona a year ago. I wish it had fallen on the road, but it fell and busted a couple of the avocado trees, a few of the cocoa palms, and some of the cacao trees. It really screwed up a lot. But I'm really happy about this now because I'm going to be putting the mower on the tractor when I take up that tank. Right, and I'm just got I need to mow all this. That bigger tree there, that's Guama gigante. It's a big pod. They got this ice cream bean.
That one by itself there?
Yeah. Ice cream. Yeah, that big one. It's almost like cotton candy inside the pod.
When is it usually?
I'm not sure, but it's still a young tree. It has some reduce. Those can get to be a huge tree.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But I'm probably going to keep it not too tall. And you can see all this was recently terraced.
Terraced.
And up here some. Along this road is all different varieties of mangoes. But these mangoes have been very productive. The ones close to the house didn't pop out. But these, I'm going to be cutting them. It was getting close to, they were about double as high. They were a lot bigger. And
right.
So I cut them down to this height. And then my idea was to cut them a lot shorter, but the flowering season was getting close, so I decided to just leave them like this. But now it's like, as we get to the end of mango, well, these don't have anything on it. Soon I'm going to cut these down to probably like 6 feet tall. Like,
they do well with the heavy pruning, right?
Yeah. Well, you can chop the tree all the way down to the ground basically, to grow back up.
Right on.
Mango, avocado, cacao, cotton, a lot of tropical trees you cut down and put out new shoots.
Awesome.
So I'm going to start keeping my mango juice pie around 8 to 10 feet. But cut the trunk down to like 6, and then let it grow up from there.
Okay.
And then, so up in there was all avocados and cacao in between, and then there's lemons, and those have lemons on them. This is a few months ago. It's a lemon called citron. It's a bumpy lemon with a big bumpy lemon that smells and tastes really good. Really nice lemony flavor.
Citron lemon.
Yeah. And these coffee trees, because the soil's not good, these coffee trees all along the road, but
That's some cacao.
the guys were working on the roads. They built up those cement blocks, and when they were cages or rocks to fix the road, and when they did, my whole road got totally covered, like you couldn't pass here.
A lot of erosion there, right?
Yeah. So when I had the bulldozer there, he fixed that. But I had coffee planted all along this road here, and that all got wiped out.
Coffee got wiped out.
When I got the farm, I didn't even know about this for years because it was so overgrown and there wasn't a road here. It was just a little footpath.
Yeah.
That there were cows on the farm.
Okay.
The previous owner he had to use this part of his farm. I bought the part of his farm on this side of the paved road, and he kept what he had on the other side.
Oh, okay.
So he just had like 7 cows just roaming around on the farm, and cows are amazing mountain climbers. So they to get to the grass, they put one foot in front of the other, and move their feet, and they form little terraces.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So there was like a little walking path here, and then I finally got through it, and I found there's a flat place on the other side, so I had a bulldozer come, a backhoe, and had him dig it out.
Right on.
He dug out this road. It's another road like this that I did that too. Okay. But there's still, I need to cut the grass here again, but there's coffee trees.
Coffee here.
Yeah, I found out I had this whole section of the farm here like years later.
That's awesome.
Coffee all along. I ran out of trees when they went nuts here, but now I have more trees. I applied to them all around the edge. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this area, but I was thinking I should get an electric one of these so that it'll be quiet when I'm talking. I saw the one I want to get, but it's like $35,000.
Electric vehicles are not cheap.
Well, the one there has a 40-mile range is $30,000, and the one that's 80-mile range is $35,000. You could still do the example with 5 people in here. Oh, that one? Yeah, no, actually the electric. Okay, so it's got a lithium battery, and it's the most powerful EV. Most powerful utility vehicle. Really? It's a Polaris Ranger EV, and it's 110 horsepower. The most powerful gas Polaris Ranger is their Model 1000, and that's 80. Well, you can get it in a regular or either double overhead cam or some kind of different cam. So one is 61 horse and one's 81 horse. Oh, I would not have guessed that. Yeah, so the gas one, their most powerful gas one, which is very powerful, is 81 horsepower. And other brands like Kawasaki Fuel and Honda, whatever they call it, all the other Kubota has one. But they're all of them, they're somewhere right around that 8 at the max. But the EV is 110 horsepower. Yeah. This thing's only 24 horsepower, and I didn't realize it when I got it that some parts of the farm where I have very steep hills, it just barely outside. It's so slow. You just wonder, is it going to make it? But I've had this bull in the back of a tree backed out going up the mountain where I was planting coffee trees. So you'll see that thing. Fruit is really good on flat ground, but it's just on these are a couple of mango trees here.
Some more mango on the right.
And you can see the terracing that was done here. It's just done beginning of June. And then this is a palmarosa tree.
Palmarosa, yeah.
There's some cacao down there, but that area had some big trees that fell all over it during the hurricane and got pretty messed up. So I'm kind of behind on that. But it's just a small section here, but that also needs to get terraced.
Awesome.
But after I weed whack it. But it's an area already weed whacked.
So once that's terraced, what are you going to put? Cacao back down there, or?
There is cacao. It's you can see some of the
some of the tops there.
There's a few that I need. There might be a half a dozen that need to get replanted.
Okay.
And I'm going to plant coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
So interplanting the cacao and the coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to start doing that all over the farm. Like these 1,000 trees I got up in my. I'm going to start just like packing the farm like with trees really close.
Yeah.
Like totally ignoring all the recommendations for tree distances. Like you're going to throw that out the window. Like they recommend planting mango trees 20 feet apart because they become a big tree. But if you think about it, it's really stupidity because then you have to have either really long poles. It's so much harder to maintain the tree and harvest and prune them and everything. So what you do is you can plant the trees like 6 to 7 feet apart, super close, keep them about 8 feet tall, and you don't get as many mangoes on a tree, but you get a lot more trees per acre. Much easier and much easier to harvest. They're right there to harvest, and so. If you want to spray compost tea on them, super easy to access the whole thing. Pruning them, they're right there, you know. I saw a YouTube video of a place they were growing mangoes on trellises.
That's awesome.
Trellises with wires, and they had the mango and then bent it onto the trellis.
Oh, wow.
Crazy stuff people doing, yeah. There's so much you can do, and it's like all these ways that people, you know, have done things in the past. A lot of it was counterproductive.
Yeah.
And then you have the USDA and local departments of agriculture telling farmers, oh, this is how you do it and everything. And it's like, so farmers listen to them. And then, you know, now we're finding out a lot of that was really not the best way to do it. There's these amazing YouTube videos of some of these things they're doing in Southeast Asia, India, and South America and stuff.
Yeah, they're doing some great stuff right now.
Yeah. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. So that this brown rocky stuff, I bought 9 truckloads of that and had the bulldozer spreading.
Yeah.
I had a backhoe because I had the piles up top and down by the curb there, so the backhoe was bringing them over, and then
Before you put in the rock, did you have an issue with erosion on the road?
Yeah, it was, and also traction for this. Even in this has posse traction, so even in 4-wheel drive with the posse traction, this and the tractor has it. But at the very top there, I couldn't get out.
It's no grip.
Yeah. And, so this is much better traction. You know, there are on the other road there is a rut because it wasn't should have been angled a little bit more so the water would have gone to the curb. Other one, but I told him to make it flat because I didn't want a big rut. Because before I had a huge rut inside, so I said make it flat and I hoped that the water would just go evenly,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's making a wet ton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot to try to figure out how to work with really.
Yeah, earthworks is super interesting stuff.
With cacao trees along the road.
More mango cacao.
Here, but they're not.
Some
But they do.
twirly little mandarins.
You can see the terracing down there. You all see it? Yeah. So that's that was just done a couple weeks ago.
New terracing done. We're gonna be starting on that tomorrow.
You see that little tree down there with the really big leaves? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not the banana, but the one that's about 2 feet tall and it's got like big leaves. That's called mocombo. And I never even knew about it. It's related to cacao. It's, cacao is Theobroma, Theobromine cacao, and this is Theobromine bicolor. It's called.
Oh, okay.
And it puts out a big pod, a bigger pod that's much harder to sell.
Are they the same color?
No, it's kind of like a brownish, yellowish sand.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's yes, it's make chocolate with it.
It's another mango.
Here, but you see all these gliricidias, but all the gliricidias ideally they're going to stay more like about 5 feet tall.
Right.
So a lot of these are going to get cut and planted. Also, you see they're very nice straight branches. So I have a wood chipper that attaches to the tractor too. So they're really nice branches for chippers because they feed into them.
Right. Use that as a mulch.
Yeah. Coffee here. Those 2 trees there are kind of stealth, but they those
kind of stealth
produce yet. These 2 trees there are called allopag. They're related to loganberry. I've got fruit from those, but not too happy. We pick up Katanga, Suriname.
Oh yeah, Suriname cherry.
And the Suriname cherry is loaded, delicious, sweet, amazing Suriname cherry. For the first time this year, they're still young trees. There's a couple of acerola, a few pineapples.
Acerola cherry too. That's awesome. That is a lot of vitamin C.
Yeah. I recently just planted a bunch of some papayas here, some citruses.
Oh yeah, it's about 5, 6 papayas there.
This vine here, I have one down I have them in a few places. It's called Sacha Inchi.
Sacha Inchi.
Amazon vine nut.
Okay.
Super nutrient. And,
do you eat the leaves or does it fruit?
The nut. It's it's standing on there right now. It's like a brown thing that you snap apart. It has 4 or 5 sections.
Okay.
And they're kind of tricky to open up the whole thing.
Okay.
Like,
does it kind of look like a pea pod, like tamarind kind of thing, or is it?
It's kind of like a clover.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe it. This is a grapevine, and I've never seen so many grapes on it. It's
Oh yeah, look at that.
It's never really done much. It's coming out from there and grows over to there and it's got like all these grapes on it.
What variety is it?
I don't know. It's some kind of something somebody gave me. It's not a sweet grape though.
And what's this here?
This is an orange tree, and I think it's called Hamlin. It's not a very sweet orange.
Okay.
Actually. But it's the one growing the best of all the oranges.
Right on.
But and this is might be a Tangelo.
Tangelo tree.
And
You got a couple big ones on there.
yeah, so now this was all the slopes, so now I have these terraces. Oh, that's a guava tree, and it puts out real nice guavas. It's like
Guava tree in the back.
and I started planting a little bit of some papayas, but yeah, I have that big mound of topsoil there that was scraped off from another area that I didn't need it, and I'm going to be spreading that on the terraces before I plant them.
Right on.
Yeah, so the acerola is just right up there.
All along most of the roads I planted coffee. I'm going to plant orchards. These palms are an ornamental palm called areca.
Areca palms.
The cacao in between, I put cacao in between everything, and now start putting coffee in between some cacao. Some of these are too close to coffee.
Right.
These trees, there's 3 of them. It's called sapote chupa, or chupa chupa. It's very common in Ecuador and Colombia, and it's not many people know about it in Puerto Rico. They're about this big and brown, with kind of a thick skin a little bit, but not hard. And then inside it's bright orange. It tastes like sweet pumpkin mango.
Okay. Are they related to black sapote?
No. But I have black sapote too.
Okay.
This is a
Doing some erosion.
along the fence is passion fruit. And then that's a macadamia nut, but it's never flowered. It's never produced fruit. I don't know why.
Macadamia, passion fruit vines.
That's the macadamia also that gave me macadamias, but it blew over in Hurricane Maria. I stirred it back up. It grew again. And then it blew over in the field, and I stirred it back up, and it looks like it's going to come back.
Down and out. Macadamia nut.
So, this road was never here, and the guy with the bulldozer said, "Oh yeah, I can fix your pond so water and sediment won't go into it." So he and the guy with the backhoe started breaking it. So he got up there with the bulldozer, and that was higher up there, and he pushed like huge amounts of soil and builds up this whole road here, builds up this whole thing.
All of this was carved out.
Yeah. And then this erosion just happened from the last few rains. I don't know if he knew that was going to happen, but
at least it's leading out away.
Yeah. And there's causing too much erosion here too, and I put this debris here.
You know, slow it down a bit.
Yeah. I put that piece of metal there, but I'm wishing I had put like 2 more to each side of it, because it washed away a huge chunk of soil. He actually filled so much soil in here, and then he compacted it. He drove the bulldozer down and up and compacted, and it filled more soil.
Wow.
So it was from the bottom of the pipe, it went straight out and then went down, and it all washed away.
Wow.
So I need to figure out
that is the power of rain.
Yeah. So you can see that those are the vegetables along.
This is what we're working on this morning. My little piles over there.
So these are the little things that we plant. Those are older ones. That's those. So the water levels up high, we had to raise the culvert going across because we raised up the road so much that the pond was way further down. So we raised up the culvert, that made the pond higher and bigger. But those vegetables here weren't in the water before. They were like at least a foot above the water itself. So this little tree here is called Gandaria. It's supposed to be kind of like apricot mango. Sugar cane.
Sugar cane.
Those gingers in here that have some various kinds of flowers on. We're going to be planting that vegetable all along as far as we can get. Along the, probably 2 rows, one along the top, and on the bottom. There's a little small tree there from Chivote Caba that I planted. It's an amazing tree, but I transplanted it. I didn't know that they like wet places.
Yeah.
So there's 4 of them on a hill. So the higher up one was doing the work. So I dug that out and transplanted it here. And it's coming, I think it'll do all right. I think it'll do a lot better. And then this is a cola nut, but that was also transplanted.
Cola nut, okay. It's starting to come back.
Yeah.
Those big leaves are the cola nut?
This guy right here.
Oh, the tree, okay.
And then I have some other ornamental gingers and californias over there, but
Yeah, they're really nice. Now on the left.
And then right there, there's 4 inches off. It's a lock.
Oh, it's the lock. Okay.
Or snake fruit. And, they put out a fruit at the bottom, but these have never been fruit yet. I don't know. They got
Look at these bamboos. Wow, those are big.
This is called Papua soup. It's another thing related to cacao.
What's it called?
Papua soup.
Okay.
I had 4 of them, but I lost 2 from Hurricane Maria and 1 from Fiona. They weren't planted in good places.
Ornamental ginger.
This tree right here is called, there's 2 of them. There were 4, but I lost 2. They're called Polasan. They're like a rambutan.
Rambutan family. More beautiful cacao. Such an inchi.
This, yeah, there was a huge bamboo here that I didn't know was a thorny bamboo. And I got these 5 bamboos I got because I thought they were really good for construction and furniture making. There's over 1,000 varieties of bamboos. They're all either clumpers or runners. Runners are invasive. They can go on the ground and pop up where you don't want them. And clumpers stay in a clump, but the clump can get huge. There's small clumpers and big clumpers. But these, I didn't know that some bamboo had thorns, so I bought these 5 bamboos, planted them, and then and this one doesn't have thorns, but it turns out it's not a very thick bamboo, so I don't know.
Yeah, a bit thinner, but these ones are.
But the one with the thorns blew over at Hurricane Maria. He keeps trying to come back, but it's not.
Took care of itself.
Also, this one has thorns. The guy with the boat knows that he went to parts of that guy. He went down here, but this road doesn't go down here. It goes a little bit, now it's a cliff.
Yeah.
He went down, and then he worked from there, and he pushed soil up, and then he made it lower, and then went. It was a crazy spot. I'm glad he didn't get
I hiked up that this morning. Back full circle here. Avocado on the right.
There's 2. He's got pretty bad from the hurricane too, but this one's coming back really good. This one's gonna have fruit. Those yellow ones, maybe within a couple of days there'll be some ready. They have to get a little bit more orangey yellow.
That's the lemon drop?
Yeah, lemon drop. When they're more of a orangey yellow color, they're sweeter.
Right on.
And then
So got the lemon drop. They're kind of like
this area was
mangosteen as well,
and then,
just not pods.
A few weeks ago. There's Spanish tamarind down there. But there might be a couple.
I tried that Spanish tamarind. It's really good. It's an interesting flavor. We've got all the star fruits.
These are the yellow star fruits. They're my favorite ones. They're really good flavor.
Super good.
I'm going to be planting cacao trees along here. I never had them. They're
Cacao going here on the
decided to
right.
line the road here with some obvious trees behind there.
Banana.
Huh?
Got the banana.
And some terraces here. I've had veggies.
Different varieties of mango here. There's Keats and a couple others. The different varieties of mango here?
Yeah. Carbon, Palmer, and Springfield.
Right, Springfield.
That tree, that's called paradise nut, and its flowers really like you see it, all the flowers. This tree right here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's paradise nut. And then below, with the bigger leaves, is okari nut. It's a kind of tropical almond. And then this is outside. You see the berries forming? They're green. They'll eventually.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. I've never seen them grow before.
And there's a fruit called a chacharu
A cha-cha root.
You try one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to keep an eye on them. They're getting closer. Mostly.
And then we've got the darker variety of star fruit.
We're going to build a chicken coop here.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good spot.
Yeah. And then there's some more Chibota trees. You can see they did the terraces all they did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. Watch it come out so you can get a look at.
Why would they be?
So, a couple of things with terracing. So you see the steps. We always want it like really angled in as much as possible. Ideally, it's nice if the terraces are a little bit wider, like 2 feet wide, but it depends on some places are steeper and maybe can't do it as much. This could have been a little wider. I can understand that one there not being able to be too wide. But then also what we're doing is when I planted a lot of the trees, I didn't have time to do full terracing, but wherever I planted a tree, I made about a 2-foot diameter platform into the hill and planted the tree there. So then you want to, ideal like connecting the trees, or they're not always totally on the contour. So ideally, you want the paths on the contour so that they're at the same level, so the water sits in them. If the terrace goes up on an angle, then the water is going to run off of it like a little river, and it'll cause erosion, and also you don't get as much water penetrating into the ground. So ideally, what you want to look at it like I have do you all know what an A-frame is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know? It's just 2 pieces of wood with a wood across, with a weight, a string with a weight on it, and you make a line right in the center, and it works like a level. So then when you put it on the ground, where the feet are, you put the feet till the string is straight and it's on that center line, and then you know that's level, and then you can swing it and put it down, and you keep doing that across the hill, and you know that's the
line.
That's the contour. That way you're going to be level across the hillside. And so sometimes it's the trees weren't always planted on the contour totally. So what we can do sometimes is have it on the contour, then a step or two or whatever. Use steps to go up to the and then each tree, it's good to have a like a little pocket behind the tree that will eventually get filled up with organic matter. And when you're digging out something like that, you never want to pile the soil up against the tree. You always want to, like that soil, you pull out like this so that it builds up a little bit on this side of the tree, and then that'll get grown over and help stabilize it. Looks like something just pretty big one. Actually, they built, they piled up soil against the tree. Oh my goodness, look at this.
So filled in with soil too much?
Yeah.
Didn't rot, eh?
No. But see, whoever did this one, they built up the soil around the tree, and you don't want to do that. Ideally, what you want to do is where you find the natural base of the tree. Occasionally, you'll come to a tree that the soil got washed away, and you see the upper roots. And in that case, a couple of inches of soil could be put there to cover over the roots a little bit. But ideally, from the natural level of the soil, which is a couple inches above the first roots to come out, from that level, you want to just go straight back, like this should be not here, and then you want to go straight back, and then like maybe at least 6 inches, so you're avoiding any of the close roots, and then start going down in on an angle. And sometimes you want to avoid breaking roots much, but sometimes if they're small roots, the tree can handle it. And you know, if you have doubts, you know, you can always ask me, but just wait and ask, go on to another tree. But
Are you planning to put coffins here for these?
yeah, I'm gonna plant
In between the shade
you know,
growing.
a lot of things. Yeah. So these trees should get a lot bigger. These are the Chipotle gavas. But
Have they been productive yet?
yeah, some of them they have they produce some fruit. It's an interesting fruit. They produce right on the trunk,
Mm-hmm.
and they taste amazing. But where it's stand right now, they just kind of come and go.
What's that tree right there?
It's called okari nut.
Okari?
It's okari. It's a tropical. It's like a tropical almond.
Oh, okari.
And then yeah, so they'll probably survive it all right, but the soil shouldn't have been built up against it like that. But
So that's what's not to do.
yeah, that's not what's not to do. You want from the natural base. Actually, I think what happened is I remembered after they had been working for a while, I noticed that some of them had the soil. So then I told them, asked if they could go back and fix those, and maybe this one just got missed.
Hopefully it's just that one.
This one's good. Although it could have gone a little further back and a little bit deeper. Yeah. But these two trees here are called corazon. It's a type of unknown in the family unknown or sugar apple.
Corazon.
Oh yeah,
This area is
Right here.
So this is like a
And here.
the groundwater. Yeah, this one.
Here's a good example. For the terrace, it has the proper slope. It's wide enough for walking. Maybe not a wheelbarrow or anything, but depends what you need to use it for.
practical for propagation. So you terrace the hillsides.
Well, I've been growing these trees and getting fruit. It's just
Oh, I see you've terraced after they were.
yeah,
Just
this
recently to
terracing
help with,
this terracing was just done a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
So
they
it's just
were
gonna
growing.
it's just gonna make the farm much more drought resistant.
Okay,
because
so it'll
over the
improve.
years, there's been like most of the time we get good rains, but occasionally you get a year that's very dry, and so with that in mind, and the trees like water anyway, so and the soil mostly has pretty good drainage, so it's just a good idea to
To at least do it around the individual trees, but you did it all around to put more stuff in.
yeah.
Copy
Well,
and
to plant more trees, but also for walking paths. It just makes it much easier to walk on the hillside, and for the water penetration for the groundwater.
Look at that. Some flower.
You want as much
Hopefully they don't
groundwater
get blown off.
so that when you do have dry times, that way it even helps during the natural dry season in the winter. That things might even be more productive. That tree right there, it has leaves kind of similar to the breadfruit, and it's breadfruit, jackfruit, and this they're all related. It's called meringue, and I've never had it before,
Meringue.
but I heard it's a really delicious fruit. I had planted a bamboo here, this kind called strictus. It only goes about 3-inch diameter. The hole in the middle is like the size of a pencil. So this bamboo is almost solid.
Okay.
It's supposed to be very good for construction. You can hammer nails into it and everything. but it turns out that it grows so intertwined in so many side branches, it's like take you forever to
Get some straight pieces.
Yeah, so it wasn't very practical. It's a big mess. And also I didn't realize at the time I learned that bamboo sucks a lot of water and nutrients out of your soil. So when I had an excavator here, it's about 2 years ago, I had that pond dug out. It was just a creek. So I had the guy come with a big excavator with the tracks and the big arm, and he dug that out, and the bamboo that was there was huge. He yanked that out. He bent it over and crushed it, and then dug out the roots and stuff. So since he did that, this tree, that tree was there for years and never was half the size and hardly any leaves, and now it's we'll go to another section of the farm. Most of the cacao and coffee.
I haven't seen the coffee yet. Looking around.
Where's it behind over here?
These are some Gliricidias that plant.
More Gliricidia.
So, up there, this is mostly cacao. There's a few sticky seeds. I've got some really good oranges from here. And also there's a couple of trees.
Couple
up there,
oranges.
big trees called bilimbi. And bilimbi is related to starfruit, but they're very tart. It's almost got like a combination of, I don't know if you'd say, like a lemon with a starfruit.
Oh, that sounds like I'd like that.
But they don't look like a lemon. It's like a little fruit about that long and about that long.
The Lindy.
I was thinking sometime I'd like to build a little structure here for keeping the tractor and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
You can implement under, and also for like a little warehouse area, just like 40 feet by 20 feet, and 30 feet of it open, like the Marquesina up there, and 10 by 20 foot closed.
For like
with like a rolling door in it for machinery for processing things. Also,
a little garage.
Doing cement, more cement the dried coffee or cacao.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a little nursery.
Got the babies.
Down here, it's really back
seals.
down here again. I moved it up here because I had the guy with the bulldozer making this splatter. He was splattering it like puddles in it. Along the creek here is there's wild cacao trees.
Oh, yeah.
Growing there, some of them are like 30, 40 feet tall. So you don't get much cacao, and they're difficult to reach. But it's very difficult to get down there.
Do they start producing less as they mature?
As they get taller?
Yeah.
Taller, yeah, the taller trees produce less.
Okay.
My understanding is more energy goes into the
trunks?
wood,
Yeah.
the branches, and not the sometimes there's trees and pods. These are Mayaguez Puerto
Mayaguez Puerto Rico. I've always wanted to try one of those.
That's a black sapote tree.
Oh, there it is.
Uh,
Black sapote.
those are usually ready like in January. Once it's ready.
Winter season fruit.
These are dwarf acai, but they got pretty tall. They haven't been productive, and they got pretty beat up on the heart.
More acai.
I'm going to cut them a lot shorter. Really, they need to get down by the street. I think it's too dry here. They like a lot of water. Up there is a nice flat area that's off of the coffee along here is doing really good. This road goes up and loops around with that one.
Okay. Do you have anything up there that you're working on? Do you have anything up there that you're working on, or is it like unclaimed space?
No, there's a lot of coffee out there.
Okay.
But this coffee trees all along the road here. Yeah, there's some weed whacking up in there, but up in here, all up in there, way up in there, and all across, it's about 650 cacao trees.
650 cacao.
Are they coming into production? They're still kind of young, so they'll...
Yeah. These cacao trees, some of them are replanted because they got destroyed in Korea. There was huge bamboo all along this road, and the excavator yanked all that out and dumped it down there. Some of it's trying to come back, but it will die off here. And then I planted coffee along here. I lost it. But these cacao, yeah, they get whipped around pretty bad from the hurricane, but they're coming back now.
Right on.
I don't know. Jim?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have to turn red. When they're red, they're ready. But these coffee trees, I only planted them about a year and a half. About a year and a half ago. 2 years ago. They're still really fast. The soil in this part of the farm is really, really good. So this is where the farm basically is. It's like a big ditch there and a lot of big trees. This is the property line. So the area that for terracing, after the plants in the bedroom, most of this section here, all the way up, I don't know if you can see, but these are cacao, and then up higher there's coffee trees. Oh, a whole big section of coffee trees. And then above that, there's a flat area with that road way back there, that steep road goes up to there. And then most of this is terraced. I think a little bit more in this lower area needs to be done. But most of the terracing is going to be starting way up at the top of the hill, working down.
Okay.
That's one section. There's another section further back too. The middle section's been done. But,
So the side.
this section here, it's actually not, it's long, but it's not very wide. It'll be a nice area to work with.
Right on.
There's too much here. They cut down some big trees. Some got knocked down from the hurricanes, like cut down. So then, the cacao gets small. It's done.
Thanks for the tour.
Now, one part I know you pointed